hanging out with Dr. Stephen Mulholland this morning here at SpaMedica and Nadia, our patient this morning. We love non-surgical procedures. It's a little early for me. So non-surgical procedures, things that we can be in and out, nobody can tell, and we don't have to cut our bodies. And we all want to look young and fresh.
Young, fresh, non-excisional, that's the thrust this morning. And the very first one is extremely popular, the treatment of double chins. Survey by the American Society shows that 70% of men and women over 40 have concerns about a double chin. Okay, but they don't want to do lipo. They don't want to do lipo. So we have a new Health Canada approved product called Belkyra. Belkyra is a little naturally occurring chemical, and it's put into a little syringe similar to Botox. Okay. And we inject it right into the fat, and it breaks down dietary fat.
And it works.
It works very simple. It's no more difficult. Actually, it's a little simpler than doing Botox. Okay, so I just have
to do a little disclaimer. If you're a little queasy, you might want to turn away. In fact, while you're doing that, we could look at the pictures right over there. So why don't you inject, and we'll take a look at these pictures right over here. So we've got some before and afters. Does this last?
Yeah, so it's about a 3-treatment cycle, once a month for 3 treatments. And after about 3 months, you can notice a very significant reduction of a double chin. And that dietary fat that's broken down is gone forever. So here we are. It took all of 1 minute. I've injected the Belkyra.
Not even a minute.
And she would come back in about a month. We do a second treatment. Some people are done. If you have a modest double chin like Nadia, maybe 2 treatments. A heavier double chin, maybe a third chin, you might need a third treatment. But,
okay, I have a question.
Fire away.
This chin right up here, the top one, it doesn't look like there's any fat in there whatsoever. It just looks like it's kind of, skin.
So this is important. These are a very common type of Belkyra before and afters, a bit chubby, and certainly a good 50–60% reduction after a single treatment, a bit chubby. Now, when you have lax skin, we can melt the fat, and then, as we've done in this show many times, there are skin tighteners, radiofrequency devices, other non-surgical devices that tighten the skin.
So you'd have to do other treatments on top of this treatment if you have loose skin.
So what's the contraindication? Excessively loose skin with no fat. But most people have fat, either tight skin or skin that can be treated non-surgically. So Belkyra's opened up a whole opportunity for people that just don't like that little waddle. They don't want to do lipo, and in a simple injection treatment.
How much is it going to cost, price range?
In Canada, you'll find between $400 and $700 or $1,000 a treatment, depending how big your chin is, because the bigger chins need more Belkyra.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Stephen Mulholland. We are doing non-surgical procedures this morning on Breakfast Television at SpaMedica. Thanks.
Today on Cityline, from drab to fab, the transformation that will make you want to cut inches off your locks. Then how to melt away your double chin in 5 minutes. The dramatic results without the surgery. Plus, his and hers style secrets with Brian and Lisa. The tips to layering your clothes like a pro this fall. And the shoe rules according to Brian.
I could look at the most beautiful outfit, and if your shoes are scuffed, you've gone from a 10 to a 4.
And later, Bill is here busting hair myths. That's all right now on Cityline.
Coming up next, Dr. Mulholland's going to show you how to get a chin up on the aging process. That is Debbie. She is getting the treatment this morning by Bill Rowley from Salvatore Leonetti Salon and Maddox Liu from Benefit Cosmetics on the makeup there. Debbie's looking for a bit of a change. So she says she had long hair. She doesn't mind switching it up. We're giving her an opportunity to sit back, relax, and we're going to give you the full reveal at the end of this hour, so don't miss it. Before we get there, though, there is a non-invasive solution for those who see their double chin as a problem area. Take a look at Stephanie's story.
Okay. Come on in, Stephanie. Come on around.
So my name is Stephanie. I'm 36 years old. This double chin has bothered me for a long time, so I'm really looking forward to having the neck lift today.
Go ahead and lie right back.
It's something that's been in my family genetically. My mom has it, my grandma has it, and I had a baby a few years ago, so now it's time to look after me. The weight's coming off everywhere else, but this is not coming off.
So let's just jump right in. We're going to do some Belkyra today, like Botox for your double chin and make it go away.
Perfect.
Okay?
Yeah.
Let's get going. What we're seeing today is extremely common, the ubiquitous double chin. It affects even the thinnest of women. Sometimes will have a double chin they just can't target through diet and exercise. So the actual injection itself into that waddle, into that unwanted fat, is not terribly uncomfortable. Because it's a very small needle, but the chemical itself breaks down the fat, and you'll feel a little bit of burning. In fact, I tell patients, if you don't feel the burning, it's not working. The burning's good. It's killing your fat. I mean, there's two types of double chin. Double chin with good skin tone, then we've got all kinds of options to melt the fat non-surgically. Belkyra is very popular. We're going to see that today. And there's some other energy devices that melt a little bit of fat, but you need good skin, because if you melt the fat and the skin's all wiggly jiggly, it looks worse. Not too much pain, you agree?
No, it's
not
fine.
Pain. It's actually easier than Botox. And then there'll be kind of a bruise discomfort over the next week or two. You probably won't see any bruises. It'll feel kind of firm, but that's it.
Okay, perfect.
Stephanie, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
You're looking great.
Thank you.
Good. How was your recovery?
It was easy. Yeah.
So you had quite a noticeable waddle, and I would say that's probably a 60% reduction. Really nice.
Yeah.
So now you've got an angled neck. The jawline looks good too. I'm glad we did that. So at this point, to maintain this nice jawline, weight neutrality.
Yeah.
Weight neutrality. Oh, and did I say weight neutrality? So just maintain your weight. This will be forever.
Very dramatic. Very dramatic. Okay, Dr. Steve Mulholland joins us right now in studio. Very cool. The last thing you said to her is maintain that weight and maintain that weight, because if she gains the weight, it's going to go back into those areas.
It's very important. I mean, you can't expect to have fat melted and then put on weight and hope it stays the same.
Right.
So double chins are very frustrating. Many women are in great shape. They work out and they have this hereditary double chin. And now we have a non-surgical solution, a simple injection, and you can melt away years of frustration.
Did she just go in during her lunch break? Like, how quick was that?
It's one of those lunchtime procedures. It took literally 5 minutes. There's a little bit of swelling, but you already have swelling there. It's a double chin, and so it goes away over a few weeks.
He's a glass half full kind of guy.
Yeah, you got to look on the thinner side. And so it's a very compelling procedure, because you avoid liposuction or open neck surgery, and everybody responds to some extent.
Okay, so what was that procedure called? What did you use?
It's called Belkyra. It's a little chemical, a natural chemical your gallbladder will produce. If you walk into McDonald's, you smell some French fries, you release it immediately. Okay. And so it breaks down lipids or fats, and now it's just going after fats that you've already stored and neatly tucked away in your double chin.
Okay, any risks or complications?
You know, it's very few risks. That's why it's so compelling. A little bit of bruising or swelling, there's almost no risk. The biggest risk is you're hoping for a right angle neck that you just can't get. It gives a nice, noticeable, modest improvement. And so realistic expectations, and 5 minutes out of your workday, and you can do that.
Okay, so you can see right there. I mean, it's a subtle thing, but it's actually quite dramatic. So if people see her, they'll say something's different. They might not be able to pinpoint exactly what it is. And a lot of people look for that when it comes to cosmetic surgery. They don't necessarily want to look done.
Correct.
They want to look fresher, like they just had a really good long nap, right?
One of the most common comments she would get is, have you lost weight? They wouldn't pinpoint you've done your chin. And she only did 1 round of injections. People can come back and do another round to get another incremental improvement. So it allows you to adjust your double chin.
Okay, so you would only go back if you wanted a little bit more taken off?
Correct.
How long does she get the bruising for after that,
very
the swelling?
few people get bruising because the chin doesn't have a lot of vessels. So bruising's one of the risks. Very few people do. Usually it's a little swollen, no bruising. You go right back to work or take a day off. And you might come back 6 weeks later, assess it, maybe do another round. Usually people they want after 2 rounds.
Okay, all right, they're good after 2 rounds. So now she can get her selfie game on point.
Yes.
Like, click, click. You don't get the double chin thing going on.
Selfies have been great for double chins.
Yeah, it has been, eh? How much, do you mind me asking before we get to the
it depends on the clinic, but in Canada, generally from Vancouver to Newfoundland, about $500 a syringe. If you have a little waddle, 1 or 2 syringes. Bigger waddle, 3 or 4 syringes.
Okay, so maybe $1,500,
About
maybe
half the price of the surgical thing we're going to look at.
Okay, good. So let's move on to that. Annabella has a different challenge, so Dr. Mulholland treated her double chin with another approach. Take a look.
I'm 50 years old, and I've put on, lost weight, put on weight, and as a result, I have all this hanging skin, which I really hope to get rid of today.
Annabella, so good to see
Nice
you
to see
again.
you.
You're looking well. Today's
Thank
an
you.
exciting day.
Exciting, yes.
Okay, today is the day that we terminate your double chin.
every time I take a picture, all I see is the hanging skin. So every time I have the camera in my face, I try to, look this way or look up. It really bothers me.
So we're going to take that double chin. We're going to put that FaceTite in. We're going to melt it. And so we're going to go inside with a little device to heat that fat and tighten the skin. That's called neck tight and the FaceTite. The FaceTite will melt that and give you a little firming. Okay? Then we're going to put a little incision behind your ear, and we're just going to do that. It's going to be the miniest of mini lifts.
I'm a little bit nervous about the procedure, but I'm not scared. I'm okay with it. I'm just hoping for a really good result, which I know will happen. Really excited.
These are the areas where we're going to defat the double chin. It takes about an hour, hour and a half to do, and you should be back to work in about a week. Double chin, but loose skin. So sometimes the double chin is just hanging in there with the fat, and you remove the fat and you're left with turkey skin, which looks worse than a full neck with no loose skin. So if you have that kind of skin, then we usually heat the fat, get some skin tightening, maybe tweak a little skin away behind the ear, so it's melting the fat with heat and ensuring that we tighten the skin with either excisional techniques or the skin tightening itself. That's melting the deep fat up to 40% contraction. No pain, Annabella? Beautiful. Annabelle, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Haven't seen you in a while. You look great.
Well, thank you so much.
Well, first let me have a look.
Sure.
You have almost a right angle now. So all that loosey-goosey skin, that turkey neck with the chubby fat is gone. You'll continue to get some improvement because the swelling continues to improve over about 6 to 8 months. You're only 6 weeks, 8
That's
weeks.
right.
Yeah.
So after the surgery, I went home and with a little bit of pain, a little bit of discomfort, not much. Of course, I looked at my face and my neck right away, and I did notice a difference. Of course, I went to the mirror right away to look. And I did love the difference. Thank you so much.
You're glad you did it?
I'm so glad I did it, yes. I would do it again.
Wow. Okay. We heard the audience when you saw the before and after. That's dramatic. So me being, a wuss when it comes to pain, I'm thinking, I would just do procedure number 1. And then I saw the neck lift. I was like, oh, okay, that's very dramatic. What happened there? Why couldn't you use the Belkyra on her?
Oh, that's a good question. It's basically she had fat but loose skin. The Belkyra will melt the fat, but then you're left with more loose skin. So I wouldn't even call this a neck lift. It's really a behind the ear tuck with some heating. The heating contributes contraction with the FaceTite. We hide some skin behind the ear, and literally it's an hour. It's less than a root canal, and you're left with a nice-looking neck.
You took out some skin, right?
Yeah, and so I went under the chin with this FaceTite device. When it heats fat, you get internal contraction. So that leads us to less of an invasive procedure. So then we took the little loose skin on the side, and I hide it right behind the ear, where you might, have a little incision to set your ear back if you have outstanding ear. So it's really easily hidden. A woman can lift her hair up. No one sees anything.
How long was her recovery?
Well, with long hair, you can look good because there's almost no bruising in the front. You can look pretty good the next day. And of course, we're in the scarf season, so in the fall and the winter, it's an easy thing to do. But generally, I tell most women take 3-4 days off. Do it on a Wednesday, back to work on a Monday.
Okay. What were the options before you developed this particular procedure?
We had to do external techniques like radio frequency tightening. People have heard of thermage or venous freeze or the forma. And we would heat, and hope the fat would die and the skin would tighten. And we get some improvement, but nothing like these internal techniques. The new injections for tight skin double chins and little minis and heating for loose skin double chins have changed the terrain of a right-angled neck.
There's always something when it comes to technological advances, when it comes to cosmetic surgery. So very cool. What would the cost have been for this?
If you look at the Belkyra, the injection, that works out usually to be about $1,500, where most of these mini necks are going to be double that price, but you get a definitive result. There's no recurrence, and your skin is gone. So the rest of you may sag, and Isaac Newton may win, but your neck looks good.
Your neck looks good forever. Well, what if she gains the weight back? Or...
because the fat is gone, the skin is tight, it will find a new nesting home. So you want to protect the rest of your figure, hang on to the weight you have, or it'll just go somewhere else. Never your high cheekbones, never your lips, always your arms, your butt, or your calves.
Why can't it just go like here?
Yes.
That's what, just right there.
Well, you can do a little coaxing, but it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
Never works out that way. Okay, thanks to Dr. Mulholland. Everyone in today's audience will be taking home these skincare products and a gift certificate for SpaMedica.